The state backed it. My whole idea was the county should have backed it. I didn't want to spend my money for something that Warren Buffett needs, and that's what we did. And so now we're paying consequences. But the biggest thing I have, and I have full confidence in this mayor, the biggest thing I have is this city was split in half. We moved here 7 years ago, and I've enjoyed it. My wife doesn't like it as much as I do, but I've enjoyed it. But I am sick of tired of seeing all this stuff in the paper. I've seen comment after comment after comment about how negative this is, or whose group this is, or whose special interest this is. The business people have this much influence, but the citizens don't. We want you to represent all of us, and we want you to do the right thing, not what is your best thing for you or for Mr. So-and-so over here or over there. We want you to do what's best for this city. I personally think you probably should add a council person. I think if you do that, quorum of 4 would be all right. But whatever you do, I think that one person shouldn't have the complete say-so of what goes. It's a council. I grew up in Kansas City, Kansas. I know what corruption is. We have as many department heads as they do. And they've got a whole lot more people than we do. All we ask you is that you represent everybody equally. Nothing more, nothing less. To do the job you were elected to do. That's all I ask. And to be forthright and honest about it. If it were up to me, every interview you had would be televised. So you couldn't sneak somebody in. You couldn't sneak somebody in. I don't want somebody secretively coming in. I don't care if you know this guy over here and I know this guy over here. That shouldn't be part of it. It's to represent all the citizens. Mr. Page spoke. He and I have been on opposite ends of most things that we talk about. But there are things that he's agreeing about. This chain council thing. Well, if you're smart, you can plan it. You can say, well, Keith, would you move out of town next week? Or would you say your job's too busy, so you drop from the council? Because me, if I'm a mayor, under this current system, guidelines for me to appoint who I want. Before the next election, we do the same thing. It's an incumbent running, so what do? We get them reelected. We don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want a special interest group. I want the citizens to be the group. Thank you.
This is an occasion when I even come up here, but Jack Ronan, 725 South Elm Street, Gardner, Kansas. I'm an old Iowa boy with 99 counties. Every county has a county seat town. I came from one of those, Independence, Iowa. We had 6,000 people in that community. We had 5 wards. We had 2 at-large council people and a ward person for each ward. It made 7. I served on that council for a number of years. Compared to what you have here today, this is nonsense. You don't represent the people in any particular. How many people live on the east side or wherever, on the west side, that are on this council representing areas in this community that aren't represented? And it just ticks me off to sit here and think that you won't even think about that. You should be on a ward system. It may have its drawbacks. In my tenure, I saw no drawbacks. You had 7 people serving on the council. If 2 are missing, so what? You did business. Next thing is going back to the appointment of the people under the previous mayor and the Kansas League of Municipalities made a decision where the mayor set and appointed one person, which gave him a quorum. Then they appointed the next person. As far as I'm concerned, the Kansas League of Municipalities should have had nothing to do with it. It should have been done by the Attorney General of the state of Kansas to make a decision like that. It was rotten with politics as far as I was concerned. And it was served no justice at all. But I'm certainly in favor of ward system for everybody. It has some drawbacks, but I saw none. We had 5 ward people and 2 at large. I served on at large for a number of years. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. It appears we don't have any more people for public comment. Is that correct? That being the case, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion Freeman, second Harrison, that we adjourn. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against?
No.
We are adjourned.
Did I? Don't like a good fire, I got more than that. That's good. I just wanted to see you.
I know, I like that. Yeah.